Hi, I'm Rachel, welcome to my channel. This week I thought I would take a look at Scandi patterns. So what I've actually done is I've found 10 Scandi Pattern Companies and I've chosen a pattern from each one. In addition, I have got some garments that I have actually made from a couple of the patterns I'm going to show you and some others as well. So I'll show those to you after the pattern review, so keep watching. So I'm going to start with Birgitta Hemersson. Now, they're based in Sweden and they have produced a book called Zero Waste Patterns. And as you can imagine, they have a lot of zero waste patterns. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go to the link below and have a look at their website. They've also co-founded something called the Cloth Lab just this year, which I'm quoting the website here. It's a creative hub dedicated to sustainability, exploring upcycling, repurposing and zero waste techniques. So quite interesting. But no, anyway, going back to this first style, it's called the Zero Waste Cropped Shirt. So you draft the pattern pieces, the pattern panels directly onto the fabric with the measurements that they give you. And it's got two size sets, 8 to 18 and 16 to 24. Centre front buttons, a neckband that extends down the centre front. It has a deep hem, it has patch pockets and quite easy to lengthen and shorten, as you can imagine. And there is a hack to add a longer sleeve with this gathered cuff detail that you can see in the line drawing. So that was my first choice. Moving on to the next Scandi Pattern Company, How to Do Fashion. I've selected them because they're the exception that proves the rule almost, because I don't know about you, when I think of Scandi patterns, I think of sort of quite pared down, minimalist, almost quite basic patterns, and How to Do Fashion are anything but. They very much vintage inspired with fabulous detailing and styling. So I have chosen the number 9 Ronne pattern. So going back, they are based in Copenhagen in Denmark. So I have chosen number 9 Ronne, and it's 2 patterns in one. And the style on the left, on the infographic, I think they're actually calling it a jacket. I love it. I mean, it looks like it's been made in an organza. I love the peplum and the sleeve details and the nipped in waist as well. And along with that, you get this very 1950s tie front blouse, slightly cropped with this shaped revere, which is quite fabulous. Also, PDF or printed pattern sizes 32 to 54. So I just thought I'd put them in because they are quite the opposite to the normal sort of Scandi style patterns you might expect. Okay, so moving on to a company called Wardrobe by Me. So this is a contrast to the previous style. They are from Denmark and they specialise in contemporary shapes, and they are designed by founder Christina Albeck. And I chose the muscle tank because I think this is a great shape and it's a great basic. I have got lots of these in my wardrobe. So it's an easy pattern. Its PDF size is 30 to 54, designed for 30 to 40% horizontal stretch jersey. So basically you've got to have the stretch going round the body. I have got so many of these in neutral colours in my wardrobe that I've bought, and I really think it's time that I stepped up and actually made one. I've got, yes, they're all in neutral colours apart from one. I've recently bought a really nice pale yellow one, which is kind of the colour of the summer, isn't it? This lovely sort of buttercup, buttery yellow. So Wardrobe by Me's Muscle Tank, a really nice basic there. Okay, moving on to, this is a pattern I have made, named clothing. I'm going to show it to you later, the Sointu T. So named clothing, let's talk about them. They are based in Helsinki in Finland. They've been established since 2013 by sisters Sarah and Laura, and they have produced 2 books, Breaking the Pattern and Building the Pattern. And if you want to find out more about those books, go to the link below. So I really love this shape, and I've made it, and I have to say it goes together so quickly. It's lovely. You'll see it later on me. Round, and well, I'd say it's a V-neck, but it's sort of rounded V-neck. Easy silhouette with this cuff band at the sleeve, deep hem, belt carriers, and a double wraparound self belt. Really lovely. I think UK size is 6 to 22, PDF or printer on demand. Okay, moving on to next one is from Silversaga. Okay, Swedish, founded by Jessica Silversaga, and they also sell on Etsy as well. I have featured this dress before, and I think it's either in a dedicated dress video pattern review, or could have been the wrap one. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But I have featured it before. I know I'm nothing if not consistent when I like a pattern. I think it's really beautiful. It's called the Mina wrap dress, UK 6 to 20, designed for the advanced beginner, and it's a real classic. It's got a slightly dropped shoulder, gathered bishop sleeves, and it's got a tie wrap fastening and side pockets. And I think because it's a wraparound shape, the fit will be a bit more forgiving if you are a beginner, because you don't have to be so spot on with the fit around the body. So that's the Mina wrap dress, which is an advanced beginner's shape. Okay, moving on to a company whose name I'll probably mispronounce spectacularly, Beklaedt, and it's the Lyng dress stroke vest, because you can wear it either way, and I really like this one. But it is advanced, because you can see it's got all those classic men's tailoring details on, with the welt pockets, the back vent, the revere collar. It's also fully lined. It's semi-fitted, but they do have a video tutorial which there is a link to on their website. So this is most definitely advanced, sizes 36 to 46, but it is a PDF. I just think it would be great worn it stands alone as a dress, but what a brilliant piece to layer over some tuxedo trousers for an evening wear outfit. I think that would be rather nice. Okay, number 7. This selection would not be complete without a puff and pencil pattern. A puff and pencil, of course, from Denmark, and they're kind of known for their clever mix and match collars and sleeves. You're probably really familiar with them, but if not, go and check out their website, because they have all these interchangeable pieces that you can change up the collar or the cuffs, the sleeves. Sorry, I believe just the collar and the sleeves. I'm not sure. I think I'm wrong there about the cuffs, but no, it's really interesting pattern company, and they do great instructions. I've always found their instructions to be really clear, and I have a puff and pencil garment that I made that I'm going to show you later. So anyway, as I waffle on, Peachy pants from Puff and Pencil. What a great shape. Now I really like these because they're fairly narrow, but they've got a slight nod to this barrel leg look, which is something that I haven't made a pair. I'm really not sure they're for me. I don't think I'm tall enough, but I think I might be able to get away with these, so I might buy the pattern, twirl them and see how I go. Really nice clean looking trouser, waistband, front button and a front button fly, darts at the back, and optional patch pockets. A lovely style. Paper or PDF, sizes 0 to 22. Okay, moving on to this next one. If you are familiar with my channel, you will know that I made this, and you may have seen my video, and I'll put a link below so you can go and have a look. So I've made it. It's a great pattern. It looks great, and I'm going to show you. I've made 2 versions of this myself. I'll show them to you afterwards with the other things I'm going to show you. I've made the balloon skirt and I've made a plain version. it's a great silhouette, and the balloon skirt in particular is very of the moment. I think COS have got a really similar version in store right now. So it's a midi length, it's got a waistband and concealed zip and button fastening at the back, side seam pockets, and as I said, you can have it with or without the balloon hem detail. So it's fairly easy. Even the balloon hem detail might look terribly complex, but I can trust you, it really isn't, and I made mine really quite quickly. 2 size sets, extra small to large or large to 3 times extra large, or you can actually buy both sets actually, and that is an intermediate pattern. And I just wanted to talk a bit more about, and I'm getting my notes really confused now, the assembly line. They're probably one of the most high profile Scandi Pattern Companies, and they have got a range of beautiful, simple and timeless styles. They've also got a sewing club which you can check out on their website, and you can earn points when you spend. They've got a subscription newsletter, and I think you can also, if you're a member of the sewing club, I understand you can leave pattern reviews and you can leave photos of things that you've made, which is quite cool. So that's the assembly line. Swedish company, and that's their lovely balloon skirt. Okay, number 9 is from a company that I wasn't familiar with until I researched this video, a company called Flid, and they are from Norway, and they actually do sewing patterns and knitting patterns, and they're a little bit different because there is an option to have their styles made to order. So go and check that out on their website. I thought that was quite an interesting aspect of them. Now, I couldn't find a line drawing of this coat. It's the Billie coat, and I just think it's a great silhouette. It's advanced. Paper PDF size is 34 to 50. So they describe it as an oversized version of a classic Mac with balloon sleeves, tie bands, and cargo pockets, and the main volume, which I think you can, I've tried to lighten up these photographs. It's always a problem when you've got a garment in a dark colour because you can't see the styling details, but there's a centre back box pleat, so you've got most of the volume coming from there, and it advises you to choose your size based on your bust measurement. So that is the Billie coat from Flid, and as I said, quite interesting because they do sewing and knitting patterns, but also they have a made to order service, so go check them out. Right, last but not least, before I show you my garments, is Monsterfabriken Ester shirt dress. So they are a Swedish company and they produce in 2 size ranges. Love this shirt dress. Well, it's or a shirt, I guess. So 2 different lengths. So the long length has a shaped hem. The short is just a straight, just a very straight hem. Notched collar, front bust darts. The long version has side pockets and a centre back seam for shape, whereas the shorter shirt version, so I've got to say, has just a bit of gauging at the yoke, which is, I suppose, a slightly looser silhouette. So they've got 2 size ranges. The first size range, bust 80 to 96 centimetres. The second size range, 96 to 121 centimetres. And I particularly like the way they've shown it in a plain and a print. A beautiful shape there for Monsterfabriken. So those are the 10 that I selected, and I am now going to show you some Scandi patterns that I have made. So if you watch my channel, you'll be aware that I made this a few months ago. There is a video about it, and it's the puff and pencil zip vest with basic sleeves. It's a great pattern. I've worn it a lot. It's a really easy piece, and I've worn it to quite formally and more casually as well. It just really depends what you mix it with, and I've made it in a dark indigo denim. Now underneath I am wearing this is the one I told you about, the Named Clothing's Sointu tee, and I have the belt here. I've made it with the, I think it's lovely, it's like it's a viscose linen blend, the fabric. And it's, you know, it's a remnant that cost me about £3. Not much of it, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, but I loved this pattern. I just thought it was so simple, and I just thought it would work really well. I've got the belt carries at the side, and I have made the belt, but to be honest with you, I just prefer it like this. And I'm going to be making more of these for the summer. And do some prints, some stripes, small plains, more colours, and then, you know, could make it in a really lightweight wool crepe, couldn't you, going into the winter, and you could layer it over a, you know, a fitted or a very fine knit jumper as well, or polo neck. So quite versatile. I think as long as the fabric's quite fluid, quite nice. Okay, so here I have my the assembly line balloon skirt and the regular version. So the balloon skirt, I'm just going to put up a photograph that you can see closer up here. I've actually styled it with, I didn't make the t-shirt, for confession. The t-shirt is from COS that I bought a few months ago, and it's got this sort of twisted detail on it, and I just thought they sort of sat together really, really well. I've worn this such a lot. That it's a navy cotton poplin that I bought from Walthamstow Market. That was £2.50 a metre, so as you can imagine, it didn't cost me very much. It's just it washes really well too. I lined it with the same fabric. I just used self fabric. So that's the balloon skirt, and then this stripe version is the same pattern, but it's the non-balloon version, and I made this to go on holiday to Florida, and I have done a video of my holiday to Florida and some of my makes, but I'm not quite ready to put that out yet, but I'll probably put it out maybe midweek in a few weeks' time. This isn't a Scandi pattern, it's actually from Sister Mag, and it's their halter top. They're a German company, but this is exactly how I wear this skirt, as well as with just a tank as well when I was on holiday. But you can see what a great skirt pattern that is. So that's my take on Scandi patterns. I'm sure you will probably know of other Scandi Pattern Companies, but I could only feature 10. So please share that with us below. Share your favourite patterns, and maybe tell us about, maybe you've got a favourite Scandi pattern that you make on repeat. So yes, do share that with us. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.